Hello you guys, welcome back to another Bookish Things video. Okay, it's that time to pick our fall TBR. We always start out these videos with either putting away my TBR as well as picking out my new TBR for the next season, okay? So my summer TBR, let me tell you guys, went so good. So good. You wanna know how many books I have left? You wanna know how many I have left off the TBR for the summer? 2. I only didn't read 2 books off my summer TBR, which is insane. Okay, insane. Usually it's like at least like 5 or 6 left because I'm constantly like getting new books that I keep adding to my TBR, as well as like reading more Kindle books and stuff like that. So the fact that I only had 2 left is crazy. It's time to pick out our fall TBR because you guys, actually, I feel like the fall TBR that I always have way more books to pick from for like that time of year, like that season. I know that I want to pick some good ones. So for romance, let's start there. Let's start romance because I know that there's like a few romance that I wanted to do. So for sure, want to do You Again, okay? Because I've had this book on my TBR. This is going on the 2nd year of it being there, so I definitely want to read it this year. And then, okay, we have Accidentally Amy. This one, obviously, you know, fall vibes by Lynn Painter. I don't know anything about this one. This, I think, was one of her backlisted books. So I'm just excited to read it. I don't know anything about it, but excited to read it. So that's there. We have The Things We Leave Unfinished. Okay, this one gives me fall vibes. I love me a Rebecca Yarros. We have Business Casual and Maybe Meant to Be. Business Casual, this is the last book in the Love Light Farms series that I have to read for the fall season, and then I'll be done. It'll be another series off my list. Yes, 100% reading this. And then this is Maybe Meant to Be by K.L. Walther. I don't remember a lot about this book, but I remember this one was like, I heard was really, really cute, and it obviously takes place in the fall, so a good option, okay? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books. We have 5 romances to choose from, okay? So that's gonna be it for these. That doesn't mean that I can't read any of these ones, but that's it for romances. Okay, fantasy, you guys. I have quite a bit of fantasy on here that I really would love to get to this year, but obviously I have, you know, winter where I can still read some fantasy where I'm like in a good fantasy vibe, but for sure, I really actually want to start reading Throne of Glass this month, okay, which is September. I really want to read it this month, and if I don't, I'm gonna actually flip a lid. Atlas 6, this has also been on my TBR for quite a while, and I feel like if I don't read it this year, then like I probably should just get rid of it, you know, but I'm gonna, you know, obviously we're gonna try. Let's see, I don't know. What else do I want to put on here? I don't want to like put too much pressure on myself, but I have so many good ones. Like obviously I have, you know, The House in the Cerulean Sea, and I have Light Lark, Nightbane, The Rose Bargain, Belladonna. Those are all books I really wanted to read. Silver Elite. Again, like I said, all books I wanted to read. Let's do also these ones. 2 books by Holly Jackson. We have 5 Survive and then also Good Girl, Bad Blood. I read this one. I think I read the first book in the series last year and I just never ended up getting to the second one. So I'd really, really like to try and get to the second book. And then 5 Survive, this is just a standalone little young adult thriller. Heard it was very, very good and I'm excited. We got those. Okay, I think that's all I'm gonna do. For my TBR, because like I said, not that I can't read any of these again, but I'm gonna put these back. Yeah, and then I have these ones. So I do have some thrillers down there. I haven't bought as many thrillers recently because I'm just like, I like listening to them a lot more than anything. Yeah, and then I also have the naturals down here, which I do actually really want to read, but I'm not gonna like, it's just a whole set that I don't want to like take off my TBR and put there. So we have that, which I might want to get to. And then obviously so many fantasies that I really want to get to. Like I said, Light Lark, The Rose Bargain, Belladonna. Would love to get to those sometime this year. I don't know, maybe I'll put Belladonna on my list because this feels very fall vibes. We'll put this one on my list too. Fall vibes. Okay. All right. Oh my God, that was so quick. I literally picked a TBR so fast. Okay, I have 10 minutes before I have to do something. Anyway, so let's go over my TBR then really quick. First, we have the Atlas 6. This one I don't know a lot about it anymore. I remember it from when I bought it. I know like the magic system is like magicians or something like that. I want to say, yes. The 6 most uniquely talented magicians are selected to earn a place in the Alexandrian Society. I don't know anything other than that. but I know that this is a whole series, so I guess if I like it, then obviously I will continue it, but if I don't, then good thing I don't have to. Next up, we have Belladonna. This is a young adult romance, I think, and I know the love interest is death. That's all I know. But honestly, interesting concept. I've heard it's very good. Next, we have Good Girl, Bad Blood and 5 Survive by Holly Jackson. And then we have Assassin's Blade by Sarah J. Maas. Of course, we have to read, you know, Throne of Glass this year, because if I don't, then what am I doing? We have Maybe Meant to Be by Kayla Walther. This one I actually think, okay, no, I do remember. So basically, two best friends. Everyone thinks that they should be together, but it actually is her best friend, Charlie, is gay. And she ends up actually liking his brother. But people don't know that he's gay. And that's the thing, I think. There's that. Okay, then we have Business Casual by B.K. Borson, which I'm super excited about. I heard this was a lot of people's favorites in the series, so I'm excited to see because I did actually really enjoy, what is it called? Mixed Feelings? It's somewhere over here. Anyway, The Things We Leave Unfinished by Rebecca Yarros. Okay, love me Rebecca Yarros, and I've heard that this one is gutting, okay? So we need to have one that's gutting, obviously. And then we have Accidentally Amy by Lynn Painter. I love me Lynn Painter. This is definitely, I think, one of her adult romances. And I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really love her adult romance that I read last time, but I'm excited to read this one because I heard that this one was good. And then lastly, we have You Again by Kate Goldbeck. And this one I've heard is more of like a Harry Met Sally, and that it's more like a literary fiction. They just so happen to fall in love. I don't know. We'll be reading it eventually. All right, that's my TBR. That was quick. All right. I only have a few minutes left, so I will, depending on the lighting situation going on, when I am done, maybe I'll come back and we'll put those away together. But if not, then have no fear because I will do that in this video as well. All right, you guys, it's time. It's that time. Oof, okay. We're going to sort my books to see where I'm putting them on what shelves, if I'm keeping them up here or if I'm putting them downstairs on my other bookshelf. So yeah, let's get to sorting them, okay? So It's a Love Story by Annabelle Monaghan. I have my other Annabelle Monaghan books still up here, so this is obviously staying up here, as well as my Abby Jimenez book, because again, all my Abby Jimenez books are up here. And again, with D-Bend, we are putting her up here because they're here. And again, with One Golden Summer, they are staying up here because all of my Carly Fortune books are up here. Lights Out. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this one because I don't necessarily know if I have like room on my shelf for it, nor does it like fit the vibe here, honestly. I don't know. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I think I might have to put it downstairs just solely because of the space up here. It might just have to go down there. Not that I want it to go down there because I do actually really like this book, but I think it's gonna have to go downstairs. This is going downstairs because I didn't even really like it. Beg Borrower Steal gonna keep up here because my other Sarah Adams books are up here. The Brothers Hawthorne, unfortunately, well not unfortunately, but like the other books in the like series for the Inheritance games are up here. So I'm just gonna put this one with it just to keep them all together as a family because that's what they are. That's how I see my books, as a family. I'm gonna keep it up here. This one's gonna go downstairs. This one again, because all my other ones are up here, are gonna stay up here. This one, I think I'm also gonna put downstairs just because for the purpose of like room up here, like I don't have it. So I'm gonna put this one downstairs too. That was quick. I was literally like, how come I feel like I don't have as many books this year? And it's because I did a 2-month wrap up rather than a 3-month wrap up like usual. I usually do 3 months, but this time I only did 2 because I was like, I don't know if I told you this. Did I tell you this? I don't remember. It's fine, whatever. I was like, I don't think anyone's gonna care about the books that I read in this, like the summer at the end of September. You know what I mean? Like nobody's gonna care about that. Like nobody, like going into October, nobody's gonna care about the summer books I read. So I was like, let me just do a end of summer wrap up and then go into it. All right, I'm gonna put these away. Okay, you guys can see the messiness of my room, but I'm trying to film a like cute little TikTok, so you'll see a little behind the scenes of what I'm trying to film. I'm just trying to film like cute little shots. I don't know, like me putting away my books. Oh my god, I don't think I've updated this vlog in like a month, but you guys, exciting things are happening. Okay, by the time that this video is up, I actually don't know. I mean, you'll definitely know because there'll probably be other videos where I've posted. I'm sorry, I don't know why these landscaping people are here so late, but I'm moving. I'm just like literally moving 5 minutes down the street. Michael and I, we ended up getting a bigger place with 3 bedrooms. I'm gonna have my own reading room and a little reading nook. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. It's gonna be like a long process though of like getting all of those together. So I don't think any of those will be like included in this video. It really is just gonna be like the main kind of like introduction and setup of like getting everything moved over. So I actually already started like packing up my books because I had all those in there, and I also have my TBR shelf over there. I don't know, by the time that this video comes out, it will have already been set in other ones. I got a new job. If you never watched my videos before, I got a new job. So tomorrow, actually, okay, I'm all over the place. I'm sorry. I literally work every day, 9 to 6 p.m. I work from home, but Michael and my brother-in-law are going to be moving basically a good majority of all of our stuff tomorrow morning while I'm working. So Michael and I were getting like little things taken over tonight, but like all big furniture, like we're getting a U-Haul just to drive down the street, just so we can get everything kind of like in one go, take it down the street. So I gotta get like all of these things cleared out. I have one in the bathroom. I have my bookshelf over here that needs to like put all my books in. Here, let me show you. I already have I have 3 bags of books. Can you see right there? My 3 bags of books that I have started. That's not even the ones that are downstairs. I actually don't have that many books. Like in comparison to some people, I literally have like a very small amount. I feel like I have an idea for my book room. Well, it actually is going to be more of like my office slash book room slash guest room. I have an idea for it that I know I want to do, but I don't think I'll have like even enough books remotely to even have something like set up in there. Or at least, I don't know, maybe I have more books than I thought I did. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to continue packing this shelf up, and yeah, I'm not gonna move this though. I'll have like Michael move it tonight so that we can, because we're gonna take all the big, because I work in this little corner, literally right over here. Okay, there's this little corner that you can't see that I work in, and it has to be like quiet because I make phone calls all day and like I have meetings, things like that. So I need all the big stuff taken down so that it can all just be moved into the truck while I'm at work, and it's like it's not as noisy, you know, it's like least noisy as possible. That's what we're doing. I'm gonna get this stuff all cleared. It's Future Taylor here, who is literally editing this video right now and realizing that I haven't finished this vlog, or like this is the shortest Bookish Things vlog that I've ever filmed over the course of like 3 months, because it's obviously already November. Like I'm literally editing this video right now to put it up. I'm over here like, wow, there was just so many things that I never did in this vlog that I wanted to, because I just got so distracted with everything. So Michael's downstairs playing video games, so if you can hear that, it's okay. That's just what that noise is. But anyways, one of the things I wanted to do in this vlog was set up my book nook with you, and I just didn't do that. I made a little TikTok, so I'll like insert the TikTok here and like put it on like 2x speed so that you can kind of see me setting it up and everything. But yeah, I'll kind of give you a little glimpse once over of it and show you some new books that I've got and books that oh, and of course my battery is flashing. That's awesome. Show you some books that I've got, and also the books that I have read already so far, because I'm not doing a wrap up until like probably the end of November or even like December. I don't know what I'm gonna do wrap up. So I'll show you some of that just so I can end out this video and have some more like bookish things for you guys. All right, let me go charge my battery really quick before I do all of that. Okay, I'm back, at least for a little bit. And I'm hoping that the tiny mic drowns out my washing machine. I had to put a load on and I thought it would be done before I came back. So, but it's not. Here we are. So hopefully it drowns it out, and I'm sorry if you can hear that. But anyways, let me give you a little, like, honestly, there's not much to tour of my little book nook, but let me like show you it in just like chat. So literally, here it is. I have my same reading chair that I had back in my other apartment. This is still my TBR shelf right over here. So literally, as you can see though, like I have so much space on my TBR. Like, I think I deserve some more books. Who knows? But yeah. And then my Kindle stand is right over there. I haven't used it actually since I've been here. And honestly, I feel like the place I would use it most is probably in my bedroom. I don't know if I'm going to keep it up here. This space is totally not complete. Obviously, like this is just like, I just did it for the purpose of like reusing the stuff I already have, knowing that this is going to be like a space I'll like grow into and definitely like transform over time. So probably in other like bookish things videos, I may be, you know, like doing this or like transforming this space, because I do plan to buy like a really big reading chair for over here and like get like a little side table for my reading chair. And then obviously this, I don't know like if it's going to stay here or if I'm going to move it over, like type of thing. Right now it works the way it is and I'm really happy with it. And yeah, I am just really happy with this little reading space. I haven't been able to read up here as often as I would have liked. Honestly, I think it's just because the chair right now is just so uncomfortable. Like I have to like maneuver it and figure out like the way to sit in it and be the most comfortable, because I don't know what in my old apartment, but like I would be able to sit and read in this and like I'd be fine. But like just more recently, I haven't been able to do any of that. I know earlier in this vlog, because I literally just edited the video, I talked about how I got a new job, and that was partially why I haven't been able to like film a lot or do anything. But plot twist, I quit. Plot twist, I quit that job and I actually got a different one. So that one gives me a lot more time to like create content and do stuff. And I'm actually way happier. My other job was just not for me. It was just not good for my mental health or my physical health. I was stuck behind that computer like 8 hours of the day, like literally stuck to the computer, hardly able to take breaks. And it was just like, it was just not a space for me. And what I'm doing now is much, much better. With that being said, I'm able to create some more videos and I'm very, very excited. This is just my, you know, my little bookish nook. There's nothing else to tell you or show you about it because you can see the whole thing. There's nothing else here. So actually, like I said, I'm going to go over some of the books that I've actually read already this month, since it is, or not this month, the past 2 months. I don't know when I'm going to do another wrap up. I think it might be the end of December. I have no idea. You guys, you have no idea. I have no idea. I'm still working out the kinks, planning content and stuff like that, especially after this, like having this job where I literally was just filming whatever I could and like posting it. Whereas now it's like I actually have time to plan to post more and like get actually like good reading vlogs. So this will just be like a mini wrap up. Like I'm not going to go into depth or anything like that. I'll just kind of show you just so that like there's a little bit more for you in this little bookish vlog, because like I said, this was just like the shortest bookish vlog that I'd ever filmed. And I don't know, like I said, a lot of things happened in a really short time span. And then I'll also show you some new books that I got. Anyways, let's just go to my Goodreads so that I know what books I can also update you on. Okay, so starting off actually in September, and I'm going to do a full like 3-month reading wrap up too with all these books in it, but you guys just get a little sneak peek. We're going to start off in September. I started the month off really high with Taming 7. As you guys know, if you read or watched that reading vlog, if you haven't, go watch it now. Loved this book. So good. I love Gibbsy and Claire. It's amazing. So the next 3 books I read too, actually in a reading vlog, which you can go watch. I'll put it here for you to watch it. But the first one in that reading vlog was The Rose Bargain. Again, absolutely loved this book. Like you guys should absolutely go read it. This is a really great young adult fantasy book. And I think the series is going to eat. So be on the lookout. I think it's only going to be a trilogy. So it's really not that big of a commitment. And the second book comes out soon. Pretty soon. Hang on. I need to go get my water really quick. Give me a sec. Ugh, okay. We got her. We're good. Next book I read in that reading vlog was Nightshade by Autumn Woods. Again, really, really loved this book. This was a really great mix of dark academia and mystery and romance. It was really, really good. And there's going to be a second book in this duology. Well, let's call it duology for a reason. I really, really liked this. It was very, very, very good. And it kept me entertained the whole time. And I absolutely loved Alex. Like Alex was such a great male main character. And I think he ate. And Ophelia, she is meant to be or at least this is what I got from her. She was meant to be like a very unlikable female main character, but truthfully, like for how grumpy and like unlikable she's meant to be, she is actually a likable character. Next was Accidentally Amy. Again, loved this book. I thought it was so fun and it was very quick, fast paced. This is a Lynn Painter adult romance. Yeah, if you're just looking for like a short and sweet good time, this is a good book. It technically takes place in the fall, but there's nothing really like fall-ish that they do. It's just, I think, happens to be the season. So you can really just read this whenever. But again, really great. And then again, these next 3 books I did read in a reading vlog. So you can go ahead and watch it over here. But we're all on Kindle. First one was Tame the Heart by Ava Hunter. This again was another really great cowboy romance book. This reminded me a lot of like the Chestnut Springs series and the Rebel Blue Branch series. The book will it's a whole series and the book will follow all 4 or 5. There's 5 maybe brothers. I don't remember. But anyway, this one was a really good start, I think, to the series. It takes place in Montana on a dude ranch essentially, and really fun time. Okay. I highly recommend that you read it, and I really ended up enjoying this one. Next 2 were actually the 2 last books in the Rose Hill series by Elsie Silver. So Wild Side and then Wild Card. Wild Side I actually liked. I saw a lot of mixed reviews for this one, but I genuinely really liked it. I thought it was a good time. I really kind of loved like Reese's like job and background. Like I remember like he's like a pro wrestler, and it's like you would just see all like the fun little dynamics of him being a pro wrestler and like the acting that goes in behind it. And I'm like, oh, so you're doing The Rock Johnson. You're doing The Rock Johnson. Like, and even though I've never watched WWE, I just thought that the whole concept was great and funny, and I actually really liked the 2 characters together. I felt that the romance was very relatable and very, I want to say, realistic without like the circumstances of why they got together, because this was a marriage of convenience. So like it was just like kind of like more natural in the sense of like these 2 characters just ended up spending a lot of time together and realized that they actually just really enjoyed being with each other and each other's company and missed the other person when they were gone. And I feel like that's just more of a natural way of like people going into a relationship, despite the fact that it was because of a fake marriage that they were spending all this time together. So there was no fake marriage. Like the whole like relationship part, like I said, I thought was very natural, and I like that. Wild Card. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I should have DNF'd this book. I did not like it. Literally, I could not get over the fact that she had been with his son, because it was a dad's, like my ex-boyfriend's dad trope. And I just like could not get over that. And like, it wasn't like that big of a deal. Like, I don't know. I just truthfully couldn't get over it, and I really just like, not that I couldn't get behind their relationship, but it was kind of like, okay, like, why did you have to write it that way when you could have wrote it as like, oh, you're dating a guy who has like a son who's your age, essentially. But it's like the dad had the son really, really young, which is something she could have totally gotten away with this like single dad romance series, because that's like a very untraditional type of single dad, which is kind of what she was going for with this series, is untraditional single dads, except for the one book, which was Wild Eyes, I'm pretty sure. But could have done it that way because he was trying to have a relationship with his son, and obviously the main conflict was because he wanted to be with Gwen, but his son had dated Gwen, and it was just like a whole debacle that I literally could not get over. And Gwen was 28, 29, and the dad I think was only like 40, like or almost 40, I don't know. So the age gap was an age gap, but it wasn't like a weird, creepy age gap in a way, if that makes sense. It was like, she's literally a full-grown adult and can do whatever she wants. You know what I mean? Like, she can date an older man if she wants. She's at that age where it's kind of like, oh, like she knew that she was kind of ready to like settle down if she wanted to. And if that guy wanted to, like, even though he was older, like it made sense, like that it was okay. I don't know. I don't need to explain myself really. I didn't really like the book. I don't need to go into much more detail about it because this was meant to be quick. Next 3 books, again, were books that I actually read in reading blogs. So the first one was Five Survive by Holly Jackson. Absolutely love this book. I ate it up. It was such a fast-paced read, and I love a young adult thriller. I think young adult thrillers are so fun. You can obviously read this at any time of year because it's just like a thriller. Like it takes place actually like them going on their spring break. But yeah, I absolutely love this book and I highly recommend. Like I was entertained the whole time, and the book takes course over 8 hours, and they're in one setting the entire time. So if that doesn't say anything, then, you know. Next was The Atlas Six by Olivia Blake. I actually ended up kind of soft DNFing this book. I just wasn't into it. I was listening to it on audio and I kind of just like didn't care. I think it's really Olivia Blake's writing that I'm just not about, because I had read another book by her and I just like didn't like it. And that one I should have DNF'd. Whereas this one I was kind of like, okay, like let me try it. And I'm just not sure. I may need to give it a little bit more time. I did get a good chunk of the way in. Like it's not like I read maybe 10 pages and then said no. I got like 25% in, I think, and I just wasn't into it. Didn't really care about the characters of the story. So yeah. Next, I ended up reading The Darkest Part of the Forest by Holly Black. This is a young adult fantasy and really liked this one. This is a standalone fantasy book that does kind of take place like not in the realm of Elfhame. You know, it's set back in the fairy world. So if you do like The Cruel Prince, then this is another good one to go into. I did find that this one did get a little bit boring. Overall was a good time and I'm glad that I read it. Next up was Maybe Meant to Be. I actually really loved this one. This is such a fun young adult little romance. I was actually more invested in Charlie and Luke than I was in Sage and Nick. So you're following Charlie and Sage's point of views. Everyone thinks that like Charlie and Sage are meant to be together, but like Charlie is like in the closet and Sage is secretly dating Charlie's twin brother. A whole bunch of stuff kind of happens and goes down. But I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really sweet read. It's a really great fall read. It takes place over the course of like a school year, but they're at a private boarding school. They just have a good time, and I just really liked the concept of this book and I thought it was really fun. Next, I ended up reading Business Casual, and this one again thought was a little bit boring. It got good and then it got boring, and I was really looking forward to this book being really good, but then it just wasn't. So I don't know. Next I read Finn Roads Forever by Stephanie Archer and really loved this one. This was a really good, fun second chance romance and a really good take on a second chance romance because it's one that I had never really seen before. Like the dynamic and the way that she had written this, I had never read as a second chance romance before, if you know what I mean. Yeah, really loved this one. And then lastly, this was another book that I ended up DNFing, and that is Belladonna. Again, I was listening to this one because a lot of people said that the audiobook was very good. So I was listening to it and I actually was reading it as well. Wait, did I listen to this? I don't think I actually listened to this. That was a lie. I don't know why I said that. I was not listening to this on audio. I think, okay, here's what it was. I was going to try and finish it, listening to it on audio. I got actually 50% of the way in. I just got so bored. I was falling asleep. I was falling asleep while reading it. Usually that only happens when I'm tired. But let me tell you, it'd be in the middle of the day and I was like drifting off. I just thought it was like boring. Like, there wasn't much happening and she's just this girl who can't escape death. Like literally she can't die, but everyone around her that she feels like she cares about does end up dying. And it's not necessarily her fault either. It just so happens that that ends up happening. And that death is the love interest. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know, but I just got so bored. So I'm not going to go too much into it. Those are all the books that I've read so far. Obviously I'm going to read more before my official wrap up. And it's kind of hard for me to show you these when I have the mic. Hold on. I did in fact get the entire Throne of Glass series. Yep. I have the first 2 books and my friend Kay, I said this in a more recent video that my friend Kay, she got me the rest of the series because they were all on sale and her husband works at Target. So a huge discount on all of these books. So I'm so excited. So be prepared to be sick of me and the reading vlogs that you're going to see of me reading Throne of Glass. Okay. I'm going to do it in 4 parts. So here's a little sneak peek and a little snippet into what I'm giving you guys. But anyways, that is it for this Bookish Things vlog. So like I said, I'm sorry that this was such a weird Bookish Things vlog. Like I feel like I did nothing in it. I did nothing in it compared to the usual ones where I usually have something, at least things like planned for it and that I'm going to do over the course of like a month and a half. And then that just didn't happen. Not in the slightest. So yeah, anyways, again, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Don't forget to follow me on all of my social medias as well as subscribing to my channel. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.